This story is from the BFRO website, Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization. It is about a woman who wakes to find Sasquatch staring at her son while in her car. Report 2554. My sighting occurred over 20 years ago in the fall of 1978, so I don't know if this will be helpful to anyone or not. I was driving along Highway US 2 across Michigan's Upper Peninsula, which skirts the northernmost shores of Lake Michigan. I had been driving with my 18-month-old son in the car seat next to me all day from Minneapolis towards St. Ignace, Michigan, and had grown sleepy. So I stopped at a roadside picnic area about 20 miles east, maybe more, of Maniskay, Michigan, on the edge of the Hiawatha National Forest. The picnic area contained only one picnic table and a trash receptacle, very rustic, and was surrounded by deep woods. I locked my doors, driving a Saab station wagon, checked the baby, and fell asleep in the driver's seat, figuring to catch a cat nap and drive the last 100 miles or so afterwards. It was about 10 or 11 p.m. when I fell asleep. After a short time, maybe 2 hours, I was awakened by a horrible smell, like nothing I had ever smelled before, and I remember thinking the baby must be sick to have filled his diaper with such a rotten odor. So I turned my interior light and grabbed the diaper bag from the back seat, but when I checked my son's diaper, it was clean. He was awake and staring out the windshield. Car seats didn't have face forward back then. And I followed his gaze. At first glance, I got scared, thinking a large bear was standing on his hind legs directly in front of my car. I keep losing my place. But when I turned on the headlights, thinking this would scare the bear away, I could tell this was no bear. I can't say how tall it was, but it seemed to tower over the small car, bending forward at the waist, and the lights didn't faze it at all. It was only 3 or 4 feet away from us, leaning over the hood and staring into the car through the windshield. The creature was covered in a very dark brown, long hair, and had a snout like a bear would have. Rather, it had a flat face and nose that kind of looked negroid. Is that a politically correct description? And I focused on the face, so almost human, so I can't describe the body. The eyes were large, round, brown, bright, but seemed to be set in the middle of his head. By that I mean his face was centered in the large head, with no hair on the cheeks, nose, or around the mouth. The creature did not move or make a sound, but seemed to be in a staring match with my son, even though the night had been very dark before I turned on all the lights. That's creepy. Even though the encounter lasted only a few minutes, I was frightened out of my wits, but my instinct served me, and I started the car, slammed it into reverse, and hit the pedal hard. I didn't look back as I sped away east with a thumping heart. I didn't even talk about this incident for several months, thinking no one would believe me, or maybe I dreamed it all. But the memory has never faded, and I've never dreamed of strong smells before or since. Over the next few years, I spoke with several people in the UP who have also sighted Sasquatch near the Hiawatha National Forest, but unfortunately cannot name them. Let's go the rest of this report. Also noticed, didn't hear a thing, but later thought it odd that the creature did not seem upset when I turned on my headlights. Other witnesses. Myself and my infant son had been sleeping in my car and awoke to a horrible smell. My son was awake and staring out the windshield from his car seat. Other stories. In the subsequent years, when I would travel through the Upper Peninsula, I would ask park rangers and store clerks, etc., about sightings, and heard some tales about sightings in the same area. Time and conditions. Just after midnight, maybe a little later. A dark, moonless night, but clear. an environment, pine forest near the northern shore of Lake Michigan. All right. This story is from Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization, year 1978, September, in Michigan, Schoolcraft County. Thanks for listening, and that's kind of freaky, man. If you enjoyed this story and would like to hear more, you can find thousands of eyewitness accounts on the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization website, BFRO.net.